Have you ever wondered what remains when an entire civilization finally collapses? What endures are extraordinary stone monuments that have defied every limit of time. The people who once shaped, hauled, and carved them have vanished without a trace in the flow of history. Even we, standing here today with a storm of emotions, will one day fade into nothingness. Yet these stones will still stand because they were created to be immortal. Our story begins more than 700 years ago, on a day when the people of Angkor first beheld a mysterious envoy appearing upon the vast waters of Tonle Sap Lake. He was Zhou Dagwan, a son of distant Wenzhou during the Yuan dynasty. In the spring of 1295, he embarked on a perilous journey from the open seas, riding the currents of maritime trade before traveling upstream along the Mekong River into the very heart of the Chenla Kingdom. What Zhou Dagwan witnessed in Angkor was beyond anything he could have imagined. It was a surreal world, radiant and commanding, overwhelming any observer at first glance. During his year-long stay, he meticulously recorded everything he saw, from the daily lives of the people to the opulence of the royal palaces, creating the work Genla Phengtu Ji, The Customs of Cambodia. This account remains the only and the oldest lens through which later generations can glimpse the splendor of an empire, seen through the eyes of a foreign visitor. Alongside China's Great Wall, Egypt's pyramids, and Indonesia's Borobudur, Angkor is revered as one of the four greatest wonders of ancient Eastern civilization. From the 9th to the 15th century, it stood as the sole and unshakable capital of Cambodia. A relentless and monumental construction effort spanning for centuries gave rise to a vast architectural complex covering nearly 300 square kilometers. Even today, after countless upheavals, more than 900 structures still stand in solemn silence as witnesses to history, preserving the legacy of 25 of the most visionary kings of the Khmer lineage. Historians divide this long evolution into different periods, yet all share a single source of vitality. The Langkang River, born in the northern highlands flowing over 4,000 kilometers before slowing its course in the heart of Cambodia. It was this river that carried millennia of fertile silt, nourishing what became Asia's greatest rice granary, and laying the foundation for a magnificent chapter of human civilization, one that blossomed from earth and stone. Welcome to Travel Story. If this is your first time visiting the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so we can explore the world's greatest mysteries together. Thank you sincerely for watching. But you know, Angkor was never the only place where temples held absolute dominion. If we follow the Great River from its distant source all the way to where it finally empties into the open sea, we encounter temples everywhere, forming a vast cultural realm where humans and deities share the same living space. Travel upstream to Lijiang in Yunnan, China, and you will find a vivid testament to this convergence. The people here engineered an extraordinarily sophisticated urban drainage system, channeling river water through the city itself to wash the streets clean, keeping the ground perpetually pure as if performing a daily ritual of spiritual cleansing. For the Naxi people, who follow the Dongba religion, every stone beneath one's feet is far more than inert matter. Each one represents the presence of unpredictable and unseen powers. Dongba shamans used a unique pictographic script to preserve sacred texts, to pray, and to ward off misfortune. What makes this truly remarkable is that Dongba pictographs are the only pictographic writing system in the world that is still alive today. When myths and divine stories are recorded through these symbols, the script itself becomes sacred, imbued with spiritual force. In this land, every event in life, no matter how small, is intimately bound to invisible energies, present in every breath of all living things, everywhere. Leaving Lijiang and drifting downstream with the current toward Lo Wang, Prabong in Laos, we find ourselves stepping into a city of ancient temples. Wat Shing Thong, built in 1560 by order of King Setho Thirith, stands as the most vivid living testament to the golden age of the Lanshang Kingdom. With its distinctive wooden architecture, the temple feels warm and intimate, deeply connected to everyday life rather than distant or untouchable. Most striking of all, the walls of Wat Shing Thong are inlaid with radiant gemstones, forming a breathtaking mosaic that unfolds. Buddhist stories amid the branches and leaves of a sacred symbol known as the Tree of Life. There is a powerful belief rooted deep in the hearts of the people here, that one should spend the savings of an entire lifetime to purchase precious stones, then reverently embed them into the Tree of Life in the hope of attaining immortality. For more than 700 years, what we see today in these lands still carries the same breath as what was once recorded in history. It is a world where splendor, romance, and everyday life are constantly interwoven, reflecting one another. Together, they form a resilient cultural undercurrent, one that leads us back to a colossal dream carved in stone, where the laws of mathematics and surreal imagination merge into one. In the year 1112, history of this land took a decisive turn when Suryavarman II rose as the new sovereign of the ancient Khmer Empire. He was not merely a king, as pure. In the hearts of his people, he was the Sun King, a ruler whose virtue shone bright and warm like sunlight itself. Legends say that with his arrival, lotus flowers burst into bloom, and all things were guided steadily toward prosperity. Under the reign of Suryavarman II, Cambodia ascended to the pinnacle of power, becoming the most formidable kingdom in Southeast Asia. It was also during this extraordinary moment that Angkor entered its most radiant architectural chapter with the birth of Angkor Wat, a monument originally conceived as a temple dedicated to the god Vishnu. Suryavarman II was a devout follower of Vishnu, the Hindu god of preservation, and Angkor Wat stood as the greatest offering he could bestow upon the divine. In ancient cosmology, Vishnu is the supreme force who sustains the order of the universe. According to primordial myths, Vishnu lies in a deep cosmic sleep upon the body of the great serpent Ananta, drifting across the boundless ocean of existence. His slumber is not measured in ordinary days or years. Each moment of sleep and awakening corresponds to an entire cycle of the universe itself. A human lifetime may feel long, but a single cosmic cycle in this belief stretches across 4.32 billion earthly years. When Vishnu awakens from his vast sleep, a pure lotus blossoms from his navel. From that lotus, the god Brahma is born, beginning the creation of a new world. Yet when a cycle draws to its close, the universe is brought to destruction by the deity of dissolution, and Vishnu once again descends into sleep, preparing for another rebirth. This endless rhythm between stillness and awakening, destruction and renewal, forms the eternal loop of time itself. Angkor Wat is the physical manifestation of that cosmic cycle, rendered in enduring stone. To construct a divine vision of such magnitude upon a flat floodplain, the Khmer people undertook feats that pushed far beyond the limits of human capability in their era. The structure alone is supported by 1,532 stone pillars, bearing the weight of immense vaulted roofs. It is estimated that more than 3 billion tons of stone were transported and assembled to form this complex. Most individual blocks weigh several tons, with some colossal slabs reaching up to 10 tons each. Yet the greatest marvel lies not only in the sheer mass of stone, but in the astonishing precision of its craftsmanship, without the use of mortar or cement. Ancient artisans meticulously ground and fitted each block so perfectly that not even a blade could slip between them. This strict devotion to geometry and structural harmony transformed Angkor Wat into a flawless union of surreal imagination and unparalleled engineering mastery. Here, radiant grandeur merges seamlessly with intricate detail, bringing the romantic world of myth vividly into reality, inviting all who behold it to ascend. Even once in their lives, the stone steps that seem to lead straight toward heaven. Do you know how many generations of sweat and blood the Khmer people had to sacrifice to complete this dream carved in stone? Angkor Wat is not merely a temple lit is a miracle shaped by nearly 15 million laborers working relentlessly over the span of 18 years. By the time the final stones were set atop its towers, the great king Suryavarman II had long since departed from this world. Yet his spirit seems to linger still within every vein of stone that forms this colossal masterpiece. In the worldview of ancient Cambodia, the entire complex was conceived as an abstract symbol of Hindu cosmology, compressed into architectural form. They believed that at the center of the universe stood a sacred mountain rising from a cosmic ocean, Mount Meru, the dwelling place of the gods. Surrounding it were 4 lesser peaks, encircled by the vast seas where the sun and moon take turns casting their light upon creation. These distant and ethereal visions were rendered tangible by ancient builders through strict, enduring geometric forms. The temple is divided into 3 distinct levels, symbolizing the spiritual journey of a human life from hell, through the mortal realm, and ultimately toward heaven. At the lowest level, one finds oneself swallowed by endless galleries, where peerless bas-reliefs unfold mesmerizing tales of myth and history. As one ascends, the space grows increasingly silent and solemn, as if each step gently strips away the dust of the earthly world. Each sacred terrace rises 10 meters higher than the last, with steep stone stairways that test the resolve of anyone daring to reach the divine. And then, at the summit 65 meters above the ground, you stand amid 5 towering stone spires. The central tower is the very heart of paradise, where the boundary between reality and the void dissolves completely. What leaves us in awe is the absolute precision of this monument. Despite enduring thousands of years of natural forces, the deviation between the walls at the highest level remains under 1/10 of a millimeter. This is proof of craftsmanship elevated to its highest form, flawless union of more than 3 billion tons of stone, assembled without a single drop of mortar or adhesive. These 1,000-kilogram blocks lean upon one another through sheer weight and exactitude alone, bearing the sky above while preserving the breath of a civilization that has receded deep into the past, yet has never truly vanished. Standing at the highest point of Angkor, gazing out over the endless plains below, one finally understands just how great humanity once was when it dared to build an entire heaven out of stone, simply to stand face to face with the infinity of time. Looking back on a journey that spanned nearly a century, 8 to 9 years of unrelenting construction, Angkor Wat is far more than the largest religious monument on Earth. It is an epic carved in stone, a hymn to the willpower and faith of 15 million people. The builders, the master sculptors, and even the great king Suryavarman II himself all faded into the dust of time before the temple was truly complete. Yet it is precisely their absence that makes these stones feel more alive, more sacred than ever. As we stand here today, facing towers that rise into the blue sky, we come to realize that true greatness does not lie in individual power, but in the enduring values humanity leaves behind for generations yet to come. Angkor Wat teaches us humility before the infinite cycles of the universe. Like the slumber and awakening of the god Vishnu, every civilization reaches a moment of supreme brilliance before eventually fading away. Yet its essence always finds a way to achieve immortality through witnesses made of stone. These blocks have seen the rise and fall of 25 Khmer kings. They have listened to the whisper of the Mekong River as it carried fertile silt for thousands of years, and they will remain standing long after we are gone. They are a gentle yet profound reminder of humanity. As place in the eternal flow of time, we are merely travelers passing through this world. But the dreams and faith we embed into every architectural line and chisel mark can transcend all boundaries of life and death. As we close today's journey of discovery, may it be that whenever you look upon an ancient heritage site like Angkor, you see not just lifeless stone, but a soul of breath and a longing for immortality carried by those who came before us. Thank you for walking with me up the steps from hell, through the realm of mortals, and into the very heart of heaven. If the story of this magnificent Eastern civilization has stirred something within you, share your thoughts, and don't forget to continue traveling with us as we unravel the next great mysteries of humankind.